Hey T-Buzz, I'll control the slides since there's just a few of them.
Sure. Hey, folks. Uh, there was about a 3 week period where the VIX had jumped over 20 and market was just going crazy, throughout that period of time. And I kept telling everybody patience would pay. Well, patience is over right now. This is a market you can make some serious money in. And I hardly ever meet anybody on a Tuesday night, but I told Adam, I said, we got a couple points, couple administrative things to cover. I checked with the programmer, and that new feature for the day trading portion is about, I think it's done. He delivered it to Jeff today, and so I got to see it tomorrow. But hopefully we'll be able to start seeing that. But I designed it to allow people. I've been doing this for 40 years. It's like second nature to me, and you saw what you could do with one little old E-mini by using futures. Did everybody see that? Did everybody see what I did off that RB? It was actually RB2, which is about 5 in the morning when I got in. But did everybody see that today? Just one E-mini? Well, my target was for 58.40. It never got there. And eventually I got out of it, but I will tell you that this market has what I call money flowing in there. In other words, all you have to do is you check stocks like Tesla. Tesla is at 287 tonight, hit 289. At the end of the day, and it's backed up a little bit. AMD, a stock I put in my top 10 tickers, is at 115 tonight. It's moving tonight, AMD. And NVIDIA is at 120. If it could get above 122 and a half tomorrow, you'll see further gains there. But there's an opportunity. And when there's an opportunity, I got a book called The Markets Never Sleep. And that's the reason I came up with that title is because you got to be ready when the market's ready, not just when you're ready. And so that's the reason I wanted to get together tonight and cover a few things, and then the power of the 24-hour market. I can tell you right now that you can write this range down. S&P, write this range down, 58.35 to 58.25. Write that range down. I'll be using that in the morning, and I'll refine that number down to a pivot number in the morning before we open. Okay. So, but that's the range. If you're looking at the market at night, or maybe trade AMD and or some other stocks, if you start getting above 35, AMD is going to go up tonight. TQQ is going to go up tonight. Those are two layups. And does everybody know how to buy those stocks in the aftermarket? Everybody know that? If you're using Schwab, you go to good to cancel EXTO, and then you can buy the things. Right. Buck's got it, EXTO. But these are the kind of things that you learn when you get an opportunity. And I'll take that opportunity if that S&P goes above 35. Okay. But anyway, join my YouTube channel. We'll be back tomorrow. Join my Telegram channel. But let me ask a question. Are you glad I do this? I know sometimes I'd like to pick 8 o'clock because I know the direction, okay? And I think that if you can get a foundation going in tomorrow, you can make more money. Like today, we had a foundation, we had a target. And 8 o'clock is a great time, isn't it? Okay, so there's risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, in my opinion, we got a couple big announcements this week. You got GDP, that's on Thursday. You got PCE on Friday. So you got this big announcement. Tomorrow should be free selling And so just write this down. If the S&P goes above 35 and stays above 35, okay, a lot of these stocks are going to go higher. Keep your eye on gold too. Gold's going to go up, I think, whether the S&P goes up or not. I think gold's going to make some new highs. That's what I'm thinking this week. There's a question, Polly. Why does the TQQ go up when it? Oh, it's not a short on Polly. SQQQ is a short on the S&P on the QQQ. TQQ is a long. Okay, you got it confused. Okay, TQQ. Keep your eye on bonds too. Bonds today made a turn, and I'm curious to see if they can get above 117.12 on bonds. Crude softening, gold's bullish, and you got the numbers for the S&P starting out for daytime Wednesday. Okay. Now here's 5 insights to tomorrow's market. Understand the 24-hour market. This is something I've been teaching for years. I learned this back in my Globex days. And if you look at it, we're in the Asia period. That's why I wait after 8, because after 8, you have Hong Kong and you have the Japanese market open, and they sort of set the tone. I always say trade where the sun is, and that's what that's doing. In the morning, it's the European market. That's when I get up in the morning and catch that. The times, though, I pay particular attention to. It says 3:30 to 8:30 right there. It's actually Eastern time now. It's 4:30 to 9:30. And then, of course, we start the day market at 9:30 to 1:30, and then 1:30 to the close. That's how the market's divided. You can look all over the world. And I just gave you a secret for trends, acceleration points, and how you put each day together. Now, watch these 2 stocks tonight, Tesla and NVIDIA. Tesla right now is 287. Tesla is 287. NVIDIA is at 120. Like I said, if it goes above 122, I'll buy it tonight. Okay. Now, a stock that I didn't have on this slide is AMD. I'm long it already, but it's headed to 116. And then TQQ, I'm long TQQ tonight in the night market. Okay. How many people's ever traded TQQ at night? Pretty good market. See, I like to invest money that's just sitting there waiting for tomorrow's opening. That's a good way to do it through TT2. Now the VIX, this is something I use the VIX futures. If you go look at the VIX futures, and this is important, but if you look at the VIX futures right now, it's at 18. And guess what? It opened at 18.18. That's telling me with it opening at 18.18, it's at 18. It's a positive number going in the market. VIX goes down when the market goes up. Okay. Yeah, Netflix will go up also, but I'm also long NASDAQ futures. If you trade futures right now, and that S&P goes above 35, you can buy the NASDAQ futures market. That's the VIX. Now, I looked at the range 35 to 25 from 6 to 8. That's going to set the tone for the night trading. Right now, we're trading 31 right in the middle. Another 30 or 40 minutes, it might give us an all go. But be ready to trade. And you can get that every night from 6 to 8. That's an insight for you that will help you get on the right side of tomorrow's market. Now, having a pivot number, and tomorrow morning, I'll post it in my TNT room, and you'll hear it on T-Buzz TV. I'll use what I see tonight in Asia, what I see in Europe, and I'll come up with a number that will define tomorrow's trade, okay? Do not trade without knowing what my pivot number is. It really helps you see a picture. I mean, think about today, think about today, I gave you a pivot number of 58.15. It kept you long all day. We ended up going up the last 20 or 30 minutes and closed at 58.30. I thought it was a great number. Of course, I'd like to see us made it a little bit further, get up to 58.40. I would have felt better, but I only missed it by 2.5 points. That's not bad. Any questions about what I just covered? Yes, I use TLT and bond futures, Brian. I use both of them. For example, if bond futures go above 116.25, I could go buy TLT. Patricia, I'd buy in the money on TQQ options. At night, you got to buy the stock. Those are great questions. Any other questions anybody has? You know, one of the things that I did, and I asked Adam, have y'all listened to this? Without a lot of noise, take time and listen to this recording. It talks about, you know, I believe everybody should have a futures account, but you ought to learn about futures. And you know, yeah, sure. Testing. What I would do if I wanted to buy the QQQ, I'd watch the S&P futures. Do you know how to get the S&P futures quote, Brent? Do you know how to do that? It's trading right now at 31.50. Do you have a TD Ameritrade account? Or not TD Ameritrade, a Schwab account or a Thinkorswim account? The symbol is /ESM25. Type that in there and you'll get the quote. I follow that ticker, that one ticker right there to make my decision, because you know why? There's a rule. 75% of all stocks follow the E-mini. Did y'all know that? S&P 500? And Buck says for Tasty, it's /ESM5. Thanks, Buck. But you can follow it. So all you got to do is you don't have to sit there and watch it. All you have to do is set an alert on your trading system. If it goes off, then you come look at those stocks, those NASDAQ stocks that I identified. Tesla, AMD, NVIDIA, TQQQ. All right, well, anyway, let me make a transition here. I want you to listen to this recording. I asked Adam to play it. This is the crux. I don't know if you are aware of this or whatever, but I'm a futures trader, a stock trader, and an option trader. My first love has always been futures, okay? And I find the 24-hour market is great. And I would challenge you to get in this training that I do. So Adam, why don't you play the recording, let it listen, I'll come back and answer any questions anybody's got any, okay? When it's done. It's a short recording, probably 20, 25 minutes. Fair enough?
Got it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, so if you attended last night, I think that you walked away with an idea that the market had some order flow coming into it. And so, do y'all remember the number I told you there was an 80% chance we'd hit today on the E-mini? Anybody remember that from last night? Yeah, we're 58.36 right now. And, you know, that's pretty close. But the market's been graduating higher. But we didn't get here easily because you had to, you know, watch a lot of ups and downs throughout the night. The market was down from RB1, then at 2 this morning, it went sort of sideways, and then At 3, it even opened and then went down. But the key number to kick it off was my pivot number. And my pivot number today was 58.15. 58.15. Now, knowing that, the trade would be to buy it there at 58.15 and put a stop below the low that you'd had up to that time. And I think the low, let me just give you the low for tonight. The low, it looks like the low was 58.02. So that's not much to risk depending on, you know, how you're trading. And so how much money is it worth learning what I'm trying to teach? Well, it's worth a lot of money to you, and I'll prove it in a second. But the idea is that you got to have a plan. And, you know, for a few weeks now, I've been telling you, be very, very patient because our day would come. Well, our day arrived Friday afternoon and Monday and today, and now we're able to go in and take advantage of what we do. And I'm trying as much as possible to get everybody on board because I think that we're going to have a good, what I would think, starting April, you get past the first 3 days of April, I think you're going to have a pretty decent time to take advantage of everything that we do. You know, I guess the benefit I have is I've been doing this for 40-something years, and I have been through a lot of different markets, and this one is one of the I'd say it's one of the toughest ones coming into Friday that I've seen. But we've had a roadmap, and I think after July this year, this thing is going to be all hands on deck. In fact, I think that there's some really good long-term plays I'm looking at that that we'll do, especially on July 4th when I have my July 4th webinar. But I want everybody here to spend a little time and learn what I'm trying to teach, because if you do, you will be paid dividend after dividend year after year, because nothing, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 40 years. I've watched so much out there, nothing comes close to this. In fact, if you follow and learn what we're teaching, you'll be able to write your own ticket. And that's the beautiful thing about having the ability to trade the market, okay? And now they've opened up, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but on TD Ameritrade, or I call it TD Ameritrade still, but on Schwab, you can trade stocks, you know, around the clock. Are y'all aware of that? You can trade stocks around the clock? I mean, that is just powerful stuff. So anyway, my idea, of course, is to try to maximize opportunities when they come. There's a lot of time I won't be trading. I'll just be watching. And that's what the idea is. You trade when the odds are in your favor. And it gets me excited when I see some of the things. The anniversary class coming up is just outstanding. Now, let me tell you about something I'm having done. And you ought to take us up on this roadmap. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but I'm having right now a new feature built really for 24-hour trading, and it's going to take a couple of months to get it the way I want it, but I should have an issue of it. And what I've decided to do, anybody that has any desire to have 80% accuracy, it's gonna make it so clear that you can't screw it up. And I'm working with the program right now to get it done. So hopefully I'll get it this week, and we'll be able to kick it off with our day trading class, or even in our futures class. It'll work for both. So anyway, we'll throw the link up when I finish, okay? And today I'm gonna do a gold trade in my Connect the Dots, and I want to welcome everybody that's not a member of TD or T-Buzz All Stars. This is a heck of a program, longest program I've had. but I expect the lows from yesterday's act support, and I'm gonna sell a put spread sometime before I leave today, so hang with me, okay?
All right,
Now,
back to it. We'll come back to the trade, you said, right?
yeah, I'm gonna go live when I finish, Jonathan, okay? Now, how many people heard the presentation I gave last night on Futures First Education Telegram experience? Anybody hear that? Well, I'm gonna change the price, and I decided to keep it this week this way, but my plan for Futures First is getting powerful, okay? And how many people would like to have $1,000 in their bank account with something I could teach you to do in less than a couple hours? You know, and Adam remembers years ago, I had a program called $1,000 a day. Well, this is it. I'm just going to include it in my Futures First Education Telegram experience. So I'm going to do it, but I'll show it to you in a little bit. Okay. But, pretty excited about what I'm going to do, because in the process, I'll be able to teach you the reference bars and what to look for and insights along the way. That makes it nice. Now, for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to focus on RB trading, RB3 trading with the mini. And so here's the way it'll work. Every morning in the Telegram channel, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, maybe Monday and Friday, depending on what the days are, but I will post a long, shorter out on the mini. I'll give you if I'm staying out or if I'm trading. If I'm trading, it'll say I'm going in here, this is my target, and this is where I'm wrong. And then it'll happen in the first 10 minutes after RB3. Yesterday, there was an example. Jonathan, go through the example. Can you go through the example and sort of give an idea of what I'm talking about? Play that first one. But you can see I bought it yesterday on a stop at 58.05. Can you play that first one there?
Yeah, Tom, I'm getting it up here. It takes a little bit.
Okay, no problem. While he's doing that, I'll go through all the 7 sisters over this cycle. First, I'll go through the E-mini, RB3, Genesis, and RB4. That'd be 9 weeks I'll spend on that one. Then I'll come back and do the NASDAQ, come back, do the Dow, come back and do crude, come back and do gold, come back and do silver, and finish up with bonds. That'll be what I'll do. That'll keep us going for about 6 months.
Okay, here it is.
I'm putting this in there. I'm going to do an experiment here. I'm going to buy the MES at 58.05 on the stop. If we get filled, you want to sell out about 12, 58, I'd say 10 to 15 is where you want to sell, but your stop should go at 57.89. 57.89 if you get filled. Now, how many people could follow an instruction like that if it came out at 10 to 10:15 with the micro E-mini? Or you could do the E-mini too. I did the E-mini, but anyway, look at it. Perfect setup yesterday. We went up, we stalled at Genesis, came down, stalled at the top of RB3, went up, made a high of 58.25. Today we're trading at 58.33. Clear instruction, and buying on a stop means that you set a price on the E-mini or at that level 58.05, which takes you long at 5805. And so it's so clear doing it that way. Now you gotta have a futures account to take advantage of that. There's plenty of companies you could go to. A good one would be, I would think, to do this would be Tasty Trade. Now after I finish 3 weeks of RB3 trading, then we'll move on to RBY, which is Genesis, for an additional 3 weeks. I'll go through the cycle and we'll record everything for your learning, but then we'll cover RB4 to finish up the final 3 weeks. Now, the 9 weeks of RB training take place right inside our exclusive Futures First Education Telegram channel, which the membership is growing, but I charged $1,000 a quarter originally, but then I decided to do an annual program because I got the class built out and I thought this was pretty good. But the power of these reference bars and trading the micro E-mini is pretty neat. So keep going. Now, let me ask my Futures First members that are here today, are you excited about me going through all this effort and time to show you how to make you a real life futures trader after all this time? Yeah, I thought you would be, because I thought, this is an application of what we've been teaching. And there's no better way to do it than do it at 10, 12, or 2. Now, I open it up for new people, and let's take a walk down memory lane to review what we've covered so far in Futures First, okay? First lesson was how to trade the first hour. You're going to need that lesson to do this first trade. Education on E-mini, micro futures, and options. That's option number 2. You need to go through that one. How to use future options to trade the E-mini. You can do several trades if it's bullish, or several trades if it's bearish. We've got it laid out. Eventually we'll get to gold, how to trade gold options. I traded those this morning. Look at gold today. Then my pivot number, which is so instrumental to figuring out the direction. I'm going to teach you how to get it in here. And that lesson does that. We have reviews in there for you. Things that we learned after working with the students. That's some E-mini options, gold options. How to use bullish strategies, selling puts and calls on gold futures. And the simplicity of using spread to trade futures. I like to use spread and spread options. Crude oil options. I think crude's one of the best markets we're going to have this year. You might as well learn how to make money when it falls. Silver's really performing well today, okay? Silver options are good too. Credit put spreads with these many future options. I came back there because people seem to need more help. I did the Dow futures. I don't trade the Dow like I used to, but Dow's a great starter future to trade. Crude futures again, another review. Crude and E-mini review. There's the bonds and my 1% strategy. This will make you a fortune. This is a longer term trade using futures. Then 16. I introduced natural gas futures because I think it's some opportunity there. Then I reviewed gold and silver. All of it's on demand once you join our channel. And the beautiful thing about it, I've got the classes set up for Monday at 7. Well, we tape it if you can't be there. And on Monday, I look at, the reason I did Monday, because I watch it from Sunday night to Monday. And my idea is to get one of these lessons I've taught and focus on that for that week. And I'll do that every week on Monday night at 7. The Telegram channel is easy. This morning, I did a trade from RB2. You look at it, I'm up. Can everybody read how much I'm up on that trade? I'm still in that trade. 860, what is it, Jonathan? 862?
Yeah, and that's a snapshot I took, or you sent me, or you posted, excuse me, earlier this morning.
Yeah, it's 950 right now. If I get to my target of 5840, I'm holding out. It's tough to do, man. I'm almost wanting to take it, and I might take it, but you can pay for this once you learn what I'm doing. So I'm limited to 10 people. We had, I think, 5 slots gone last night. We got a few more. Get on board and be part of this Futures First program. I'm gonna change the price. I said after this week. I won't do it for 1,500 again, but I'm gonna do it right now. So, any questions about this program? Sure, Donna. Let me do that in a little bit, but right now I want to focus on people wanting to join, okay? I'll be glad to answer your question. So, any questions about this? Anybody want to come in? Do it now. John, make a note that I'm raising the price on this going forward.
Okay. Yep. Get joined now, folks, because we're going to be closing the room here real soon. You hop over to the live trading session 11:30.
Yeah. We got to go live and do a trade for connected dots and then come back. But anybody got any questions about this? Oh, by the way, you don't have to worry about that stupid pattern day trade rule if you trade the futures. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. You need a minimum of about 2,000 to participate in the in your trading account with Tasty Trade. If you open an account with Tasty Trade, Jonathan, put the link up there where they go on. Okay.
For Tasty Trade?
Don, when you gonna be ready to go? Because I'll hold a spot for you. You're such a great student. Can you do it pretty quick? Notice it's paying more since you're so good, such a good student. I had one of my old students last night, Kat. Don, work it out with Kelly or Jeffrey. Make sure you get one of those slots.
ALA, yes. Sorry. Once you sign up, you'll get the recordings from the past classes and also access to the Telegram channel.
You know, I hadn't even thought, Adam, about a lifetime, but I tell you what we'll do since we're here on a special night. Polly, we'll do a lifetime, and it also includes, if you want to come for a class down here in Ponte Vedra Beach, I'll do it for 5,000 for lifetime. But Adam, I'm only going to do 3, okay? 3 of those. Polly had the idea. If he wants to take it, he can have one of those 3. But I'll do it for 3 people. Lifetime futures.
Got it.
You got Adam, given your email where they call you, you can handle the transaction because you got to make a link, right, or something. Yeah.
Yep, I'm working on it now.
All right. So everybody understand. Get joined though. This is a heck of a deal for 1,500, and that lifetime deal that Polly just asked me about, I'll do it for 3 people. So if you want to be one of those 3, let Adam know. And but I'll update you. The S&P right now is 35. I'm getting ready to buy the TQQ. I'm getting ready to buy the E-mini. I'm getting ready to buy the AMD. They're all 3 have set up. So that'd probably pay for this thing. If you're gonna join, let me know. I don't know how many I got left of the 10, but I want to cut that price off. And then, because I'm gonna charge more for that, because this is just what I'm doing with going through the reference bars and trading live like that. That's pretty valuable stuff when I go through all 7 of, and that'd be about 21 weeks of live trading. All right, that was different, I think, but I enjoyed being with you. Anybody else got any other questions they want to ask? You know, 8 o'clock at night's a good time because you know what the foundation is, right? And, probably both, Dave. I'll probably do both of them, to be honest about it. Because we're at 35. My first target would be at 40. My second target would be 45. Another stock to look at is FCX. Yeah, John, that's my trigger. That 35 is my trigger. No, Brett, this is just, I'm gonna teach you futures. Let me explain. I'm gonna teach you how you can set your own schedule. I'm just gonna do some training during the day with the different reference bars with futures. I've never done that with the Telegram channel. I can do it, and I'm gonna do it. I just thought it would be very easy to see it like that one trade I demonstrated to you. Okay. Any last minute questions? No, you can't do that. I can't do that. Sorry. No, I couldn't do that. Nice try though. Polly, you gonna take that spot? Anyway, get joined with the program. You know, make some money with it because we got a heck of a program. What's that, Adam? Don't let me say, I told you I went long last night. This thing's at 45 in the morning. All right. Thank you. Dave, I'll post that into the Futures First Education Room. You know, target, stop, and all that, okay?